Welcome back to a brand new season of Nerd Central. Let's go! I am so pumped to see all the new stuff this season, the new packs, the new ideas, the new crew.
Whoa. Tyrell, what are you doing on my show?
Your show? I mean, this is Nerd Central. This is my show. I've been the host for like 92 years or something.
Yeah, well, you said a new season, so you know what that means. New host and maybe new background?
What? I've never seen that change in the 92 years I've been doing this.
Yep, take it in.
Well, you know what? That sells it for me. Noah, it's all yours now, man.
Thank you, man. I'll see you later.
Peace!
Thanks, Tyrell. It's been fun having you as a host. And hello, everyone, and welcome to a revival and new season of Nerd Central. I'm your new host, Noah Ferguson, and I will be showing you all things nerdy and entertainment, along with some help from a colorful cast of characters with some great segments to come. Let's hop right into the news. Up first, we have news on a hit anime series that made waves when it first aired. Oshinoku has recently announced a third season for the hit J-pop idol series. The anime was first released on April 12th of 2023 and was an instant hit. HIDIVE said that the anime was their all-time #1 show on their streaming service. All we know so far about the third season is that it will be released sometime next year, with their visual including one of the main characters, Ruby, as a centerpiece. This is a big win for fans of the series, and I'm excited to see what the show has in store. Next, we take a look at some recent reviews of Stephen King's newest film, The Monkey. The movie is the first King adaptation to receive a high score on Rotten Tomatoes in over 8 years. The movie itself is a horror flick, of course, but with a twist of dark comedy made by director Oz Perkins. The movie has already been said to be amongst the greats of King's works being adapted and looks to continue to grow as the months go on. King fans everywhere are rejoicing at the spectacular film. Finally, for news, we move into the new superhero side of things. The brand new Superman movie has had a phenomenal teaser going around all social media and being directed by James Gunn himself. But not all is glamorous for the famed Guardian director. Recently, the Superman creators estate has sued Warner Bros. And DC Comics to block Gunn's film from being released in other countries. According to Screen Rant, Joseph Schuster's estate claims that DC Studios doesn't have the proper rights to release the new film in selected key territories. If the lawsuit is handled soon before the movie's release in July, then it could lead to delays in the selected countries being blocked. Hopefully DC and Warner Bros. Can settle this so the movie can be viewed. And that wraps up for today's news. First time doing this and it feels amazing. But along with new things to talk about, we also have new packs to show. So why not kick it off with some reels and beats? Hey, that's mine.
Thank you, past self. Hey everyone, I'm your host Noah Ferguson of Nerd Central, and welcome to my share of the show, Reels and Beats, your weekly recap for all things movies and music. In the first week's episode, we're hitting the ground running. Just last week, CBS aired music's biggest night for the 67th Annual Grammy Awards, hosted by Trevor Noah for the 5th consecutive year in a row. Mr. Kendrick Lamar swept the night away with his hit single and diss track on Drake, Not Like Us, winning a total of 5 awards, even winning 2 in the Big 4 categories, including both Record and Song of the Year, Best Music Video, and both Best Rap Song and Performance. Lamar even snuck one final diss on Drake wearing a Canadian tuxedo, which if you didn't know is a denim on denim combo. Nice, Kendrick. Who knows what else he has up his sleeve, because we still have the Super Bowl halftime show to look forward to. In other news, the Recording Academy says thank you to the Queen Bee herself, Beyoncé. With Cowboy Carter, she won the biggest award of the night for Best Country Album and Album of the Year, bringing a total of 35 wins and 99 nominations. Aside from awards, there were some pretty big performances as well, from Best New Artist Chappell Roan, Best Pop Solo Performance and Vocal Album, The Coffee Singer You Know and I Love Sabrina Carpenter, and my favorite artist of 2024, Charli XCX, had an absolute dance party on stage, bringing in 3 awards for her album Brat, that being Best Dance Electronic Album, Best Dance Pop Recording, and even Best Recording Package. The Weeknd even made a surprise appearance and performance after a years-long boycott, but last week he took the stage performing singles from his newest album, Hurry Up Tomorrow. Also taking over a whole commercial break, Lady Gaga shared her newest music video and single Abracadabra from her upcoming album Mayhem, dropping March 25th of this year. I do enjoy some Gaga though, but that meat dress though was something else. All in all, it was one of the better Grammys I've seen in the past couple of years, and the rest of the night had amazing performances and great speeches as well. You can check it out on Paramount+. Well, That looks like all the time I have for this week. Do you believe that there are any snubs this Grammy Award season? Be sure to let me know in the comment section down below, and be sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to turn on that notification bell so you never miss another segment of Reels and Beats. I've been your host Noah Ferguson, and I'll see you next time. On to the next segment.
At least once in our lives, we've been asked the question, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? Maybe you want to fly like Iron Man, be strong like the Hulk, or have super speed like the Flash. But what if you got powers that you didn't want? Powers that are so bad and or completely useless? Well, that's what we're here to talk about. Heroes with the worst superpowers from all across nerd culture. Meaning we won't be only talking about Marvel and DC, but we'll be talking about heroes outside of comic books as well. Some that you know well, and some that are forgotten. I'm your host, Taden Hensley, and this is Hero to Zero. Alright, so what if you had the power to change the color of anything that you want? Doesn't that sound cool? No? Well, let's head into the DC universe and talk about Color Kid, whose whole power is to change anything to any color that he wants. Making his first appearance in 1963, Color Kid, aka Ulavok, comes from the planet Lupra and was a scientist conducting research on the nature of energy until he was struck by a beam of light from another dimension, giving him the ability to alter color of any object. He would travel to Earth and attempt to join the Legion of Superheroes, but would be rejected because of how useless his powers are. So instead, he would join the Legion of Substitute Heroes, a team of rejected superheroes who, just like Color Kid, also have bad powers, like Chlorophyll Kid and Stone Boy, just to name a few. But maybe I'll go into detail about the rest of the team another time. Despite Color Kid's power being bad, they have come useful at times, as not only can he change the color of an object, but sometimes he can change the effect of the object too. Like Kryptonite, as once before he saved Superboy by changing the Kryptonite to a different color, changing its effect completely. This also means that he could change the color of a Green Lantern and make him into an angry Red Lantern. And he can also be useful on stealth missions. Color Kid may be a bad hero, but if he really wanted to, he can make a good villain.
Like, if you really think about it, he could easily trick Superman to be surrounded by kryptonite and make it green to hurt him, and later on, Color Kid would be able to develop his powers and eventually learn how to camouflage himself and switch between several colors at the same time, creating masterful illusions. Me personally, Color Kid has a cool concept, but it seems more like DC wanted him to be more on the silly side, to say the least.
But that's all I have to say about Color Kid. I hope you enjoyed. What useless superhero I'll talk about next week? You'll just have to wait and see. I'm Taden Hensley, and this has been Hero to Zero.
Hello, I'm Nicholas Givens, and on this edition of Nick's PSA Reviews, I would like to talk about two of the PSAs that the Ad Council produced and are quite creepy. The first one, which features Sharon Stone, is one of the PSAs in the Time Lost is Brain Lost campaign.
There's something you should know about me. I'm cold. I'm calculating. I get what I want. If you get in my way, I'll wreak havoc upon you. I can leave you weak, limp, twisted, confused. If you want to live to see tomorrow, you answer to me, and you answer quickly. I am a stroke.
Learn to recognize a stroke and act quickly. Time lost is brain lost.
Her voice is very creepy. What makes matters worse is that she is personifying what a stroke can do to you. For instance, leaving you weak, confused, even potentially killing you. There is a reason why this PSA is on the TV Tropes Nightmare Fuel page. I would not wish that anyone suffers a stroke. As Sharon Stone mentioned in the clip we just played, strokes are brutal. I'm going to give this PSA a scare factor of 4 out of 10. I honestly get the heebie-jeebies watching this. Her delivery in this ad is good and also creepy. The things she talks about are indeed symptoms of strokes. Our next spot we will look at is from the same ad campaign, this time featuring Patrick Dempsey, who is known for playing Dr. Derek Shepherd on Grey's Anatomy.
There's something you should know about me. I'm not easy to live with. In fact, I have a really ugly side. I don't always let you speak when you want. I can leave you feeling shaken and confused. And if you ignore me, I might lash out, leaving you dead. I am a stroke.
Learn to recognize a stroke.
Okay, so this one is a little bit creepier than the Sharon Stone one. When he says that he has a really ugly side and that he doesn't always let you speak when you want, there are some rather unnerving vocal effects. What both of these have in common are the unnerving lighting effects, and even the camera work is just downright eerie. This, like the Sharon Stone PSA, is on the TV Tropes Nightmare Fuel page, and it shows. The scare factor for this one is a 5 out of 10. I actually think that these ads do a good job telling people what strokes can do to people, and I also like the call to action. What I think might have been done better would be to apply the same vocal effects from the Patrick Dempsey spot to Sharon Stone's, but overall these are creepy but good PSAs. I'm Nicholas Gibbons, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
My name is Joe Huber, back with another episode of Star Wars Lore. Today we will dive deep into who would win between Captain Rex and Commander Cody. We will examine their weapons in the way of battle, as well as their psychology, and how it will play into the overall victory for one or the other. So, with Commander Cody, his weapons are standard clone-issue DC-15A blaster rifle, DC-15S blaster pistol, and the occasional specialized equipment. He is very by the book, extremely disciplined, and he is known for his unwavering loyalty to the chain of command. This can be both a strength and a weakness, and we are going to see how it plays into this matchup. His experiences, I would say, outweigh Captain Rex. Extensive battles throughout the Clone Wars, often leading large-scale operations with a focus on tactical efficiency. He served alongside Obi-Wan Kenobi and developed a very close working relationship with him. This is important as Obi-Wan is more tactical in his leadership, as he isn't as gifted with the Force as Anakin, who was Rex's commander. Now Captain Rex. His weapons were the dual DC-17 blaster pistols, and he was just as proficient with the DC-15 series, just as Cody was. Now I would say Rex's personality is more of a free thinker and question orders when necessary, rather than a good soldier follows orders, as Cody is. He values improvising situations when he is kind of confined in a box. His experiences are pretty much just as vast as Cody's, but just a little bit different. He also has fought in countless frontline battles. He's known for his courage and ability to rally his fellow clones. He's a very skilled leader and the right-hand man to Anakin Skywalker. So, with all this said, I feel like we should look at two different scenarios. One of Order 66 and one beforehand. I would say in Order 66 scenario, if these two were to fight, then Cody would have the advantage. His unwavering obedience to commandship would override any sense of brotherhood with Rex. Cody's focus on tactical efficiency would also play to his strength in this scenario. Even a skilled fighter like Rex would have much difficulty overcoming both the chip and Cody's tactical advantage. The second scenario is if Order 66 hadn't happened yet, and this is where things get interesting. Rex's ability and tendency to think creatively would pose a significant challenge to Cody's more rigid adherence to standard procedures. Rex is arguably a more skilled individual combatant, especially with his dual blaster pistols. However, Cody's tactical training and large-scale battle experience would be a counterpart to this. I think without Order 66, Rex likely wins due to his superior dexterity and his accuracy. It would probably end in a close quarter combat where Rex would minimize the distance between them and they would just be hand to hand. Cody is relying more on standard clone combat style, where Rex we could call more of a MMA fighter. Ultimately, Cody and Rex represent two very different yet equally valuable types of soldiers. I feel where one misses, the other complements, and vice versa. So, in conclusion, if Order 66 has already happened, Cody would win. If it hasn't already happened, then I would give it to Rex. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Star Wars Lore. My name is Joe Huber, and may the Force be with you.
What's up, guys, and welcome to Slashback. I'm Wiley Goff, and here on Slashback, I'll be talking about slasher icons like names of Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger, just to name a couple. On today's episode, I'll be talking about none other than Michael Myers. Michael Myers is arguably one of, if not the most popular slasher icon of all time. Michael's backstory is very simple. A very young boy who decided to kill his sister. That's pretty much all we got in 1978. Flash forward to 2007, where Rob Zombie takes a different route with the character. We see Michael be abused and bullied as a kid, even killing his bully with a tree branch. And then we see Michael kill his stepdad, his sister, and her boyfriend. After that, we pretty much see the same Michael. However, it does give us a little bit more details on how he was raised as a kid. So that's his background. Let's look at his timeline. Michael debuted in 1978's Halloween as a young boy who then grew up to be a, murderous slasher. In 1981, we see the return of Michael in Halloween 2. In 1981's Halloween 2, we see Michael go on an even murderous spree, finishing the movie with 10 kills and 5 from the original, adding up to a total of 15 already. After we see Michael in 1989, we don't see him for a couple more years until 1998's Halloween Age 20, or 20 years after the original encounter with Halloween. Now, in this movie, we see a very strange turn of events as Laurie Strode returns, even though she was killed prior to Halloween 4. Michael in this film goes all the way to Northern California. We see Michael return in 2002 in Halloween's Resurrection, where we see Laurie return back to Haddonfield, Illinois, along with Michael, who followed her there. In 2002's Halloween Resurrection, Michael gets a total of 11 kills. This is the last time we see Michael until Halloween 2007. We see the return of Michael Myers to the big screen thanks to Rob Zombie. This film kind of follows the same pattern as the original, but Michael also finishes this movie with 23 kills. And Halloween 2, released in 2009, even though he's hiding, he still finishes this movie with 17 kills. At the end of this film, we also see policemen gun down Michael, and it is a confirmed death, because Rob Zombie did not want to film the movies anymore. Michael then takes a break from the big screen and returns in 2018's Halloween, 40 years after the original incident. This movie sees Michael break out of a sanitarium yet again, and this time he goes after Laurie Strode, although she's died twice. After Halloween Kills, where Michael went on a 38-man killing spree, he calms it way down in Halloween Ends, finishing the movie with 3 before ultimately being killed by Laurie. Now, this was the last time that we saw Mike. Who knows if it really is the last that we see of Michael Myers. What makes Michael so unique from others is the fact that he just seems unbeatable. Multiple times throughout this franchise, it seems that Michael has been killed or has died, and yet every time he gets back up. I've been Wiley Goff, and thank you for watching Slashback.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the 3 Count. I'm Wiley, and I'll be talking highlights about the universe WrestleManiacs call the WWE. But before we jump right in, I want to give a quick disclaimer about some spoilers you may see within this segment. Without further ado, let's kick it off with the recap of the Royal Rumble. The night opened up with the Women's Royal Rumble, and to many fans, including myself, we wanted to see returns such as the Man Becky Lynch to Alexa Bliss to even AJ Lee, who hasn't seen herself on the WWE brand since March 30th of 2015. The match started up with Liv Morgan and Io Sky, 2 previous women's champions, looking to find themselves in their own WrestleMania moment once again. The biggest surprise of the night, and my personal favorite entry at number 21. She made her reappearance in the same outfit and same premium live event as she was last appeared in. This was Alexa Bliss. This made a lot of WWE fans think she's going to join a faction with familiar ties, being the Wyatt Six. As the match dwindled down, it became the Prodigy, Roxanne Perez, against the Queen, Charlotte Flair. And the Queen was too much to handle for the Prodigy, as Charlotte Flair eliminates Roxanne Perez to punch her ticket into the Women's Championship match at WrestleMania. This match had 5 stars written all over it, as these 2 wrestlers have been going at each other for weeks since Kevin Owens stole the Winged Eagle belt at December's Saturday Night Main Event after Cody Rhodes defeated Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens looked to take out Cody Rhodes using the Fisherman Buster across the draped ladder, but it seemed to work on both men as both of them laid there in pain. On top of the announcer's table, as Kevin Owens went for the illegal package pile driver, Rhodes switched things up with his own counter, turning it into an Alabama Slam, a Rhodes favorite in the Rhodes dynasty, and Rhodes then was able to climb up upon the ladder, grab both WWE championships, and maintain his status and his kingdom as the WWE Undisputed Champion, as he looked on to Kevin Owens, who saw medical attention. And now Owens, we don't know his current state, but something tells me I think soon we may see him come back up in an episode later on. The match started with 2 Lucha wrestlers, number 1 being LWO member and Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio, and number 2 being Penta. Penta finding himself in his first Royal Rumble with the WWE and first overall premium live event with the WWE. John Cena puts Jey Uso up in the signature attitude adjustment, but Uso happens to be a step ahead of John Cena as Uso pushes himself back into the ring and pushes Cena off of the apron to solidify himself as a main eventer, finally at WrestleMania. That'll do it for this week's edition of the 3 Count. Comment down below which Royal Rumble moment was your favorite, and don't forget to kick out of the 3 count. We'll see you next week.
Well, that is all the time we have for the first ever episode of the revival of Nerd Central. I still can't get over that it's finally back. And if you can't either, why not support us by liking the video, leaving a comment on your favorite new pack, and subscribing to let us know you want more. And don't forget that little bell that goes along with it to never miss a new episode. That's all I have for today, and I will see you guys next week for the new episode. Stay nerdy.